James Stadium in Tampa, Florida.
Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and themselves. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Brady now to throw. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted.
I'm the real Tampa Bay.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Brady going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. He'll get it inside the 20, and he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incomplete.
And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Bucs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point put through by Succop. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
Well, he's saying I'm on the plus side of 30.
Man, if you're on the plus side of 30, y'all know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, goal 66. Check it.
To throw, it's Brady. This is caught by Evans.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Sugar! No, 66.
Into the red zone, it's Brady.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Brady to throw.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Logan Ryan.
And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
On 1st and 10, here's Brady.
And he's got this complete down the field to Rudolph.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Brady now on 1st down. And finding the tight end Rudolph. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around a 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And it's caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Good by Suckum. And it's now 14-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
On 2nd and 10, Brady. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's
No.
Brady. Forced out to his left.
No.
No option here but to throw it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Time to quit. Time to quit. Oh, that's on him. Psych, I'm out of here. Time to quit. Big game. See that ass whooping? Who's the real Tampa Bay? Not this guy here. This is a guy I beat earlier, but I came back.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And off we go from Tampa. From the end zone, here comes Jalen Darden. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Brady. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in there by Crowder. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. Touchdown! Dawson Knox, a touchdown grab from Josh Allen. And the Bills are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Second down, back to Fournette. He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Brady going to go on fourth down. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
But it's certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Stephon Diggs, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick-6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Brady now on first down.
Right back to Chris Godwin. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 30. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Now Brady. his throw here's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Second down and goal. Brady looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been in a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this...
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Throwing to start the drive. Allen.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis.
Carlton Davis picks it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Ed Oliver that time, the one to get in there and bring him down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
From the gun, it's Allen.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. Touchdown, Bills.
Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On first down, Brady. And that is incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. As the first half is winding down.
And the Bucs are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. That kickoff return, 104 yards.
And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
To throw again on second down, Brady. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Completes the pass to Evans on the comebacker.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Again, it's Brady. And his throw is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The sack backs him up, third and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs.
He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Jair Elam makes a pick.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Throwing on first down is Allen.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down. Allen now looks to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Buccaneers' defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs' offense set to begin their next possession. And they're going to get to him. That is going to be a safety. Tom Brady taken down in the end zone.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Allen. This one caught by Crowder.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Allen's throw is complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, they'll throw with Allen.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
look to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And the Buccaneers' defense holds, and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20. 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
And this is going to be caught, so add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Looking back to the air on 2nd down, it's Brady.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. So Allen's going to look to throw, going deep for Diggs.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now Brady got to have this one. Open man has got one. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. To throw is Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers. NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one
Between the Washington Commanders
and the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now, there's two sides to every coin. You come on the road, you get the onside kick to start the game. What a boost, but you don't get it. And now your back's against the wall a little bit.
You're exactly right. You nailed it perfectly. And so many ways to go at it when you're on the road. You think to yourself, well, if we start on defense, we blitz them early, try and create a big play. If we start on offense, we throw the big pass downfield. In this case, they said, forget all of that. Let's do it on special teams and try and catch them off guard with an onside kick. Unsuccessful.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10.
At their own 21. Here's Wentz to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Dafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Wentz.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown.
But we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow the touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz.
And returns it right back to Samuel.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Again, it's Wentz.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line. Throwing is Wentz. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Second down at 6 now from the 42.
To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Now Wentz on third down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
20, 10, 5, and he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this defense is circling early. A pick-6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first-quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Well, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Wentz now on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Davis with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.J. Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 30 on second down, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3. Good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Jackson on first down. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for offense.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Jackson on a give to Dobbins. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has a real priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Davis on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first-half lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it is 42-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Throwing on first is Wentz. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Wentz. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free-fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. The first down carry for Davis. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Shotgun now for Wentz. To the right side and complete to Thomas.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Wentz now to throw. He's got Thomas yet again complete.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Now Wentz. He gets it to Thomas. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Thomas has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete there to Thomas. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Wentz to throw again. And Thomas has it.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. He finds his man complete. That's Thomas. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 29, Wentz. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw is Wentz.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. And that's a critical touchdown. I don't want to be too hyperbolic or whatever, but they needed some points on the board before halftime.
They certainly did, and, you know, it's not going to erase everything that happened in the first half. Look, they got outplayed. There's no question about that. But now it gives them a chance to regroup.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races, down the right side. 30, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, and I think Washington got it. Yes, they did. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win. Unable to recover it, it costs him. The kicking team gets the football here.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Working from the gun. Wentz shoves him aside. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, it's Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On first down, Wentz. And this one is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 58 yards. And the Commanders are able to claw one back. Wentz going to look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. Well, and I think Washington got it. Yes, they did. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's a different influences going into the head coach's ear. In a game that hasn't gone your way, you got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Wentz now on first down. Thomas brings it in.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
And oh, it's wide right. No good.
And they'll accept that penalty. Sly on for the extra point.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh? And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Thomas.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he'll go right back to Thomas, complete again.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz.
Pass complete, finds Thomas going across the middle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So the PI decline, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Throwing on first is Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders are able to at least get one score back.
Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So it's safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders force the turnover They'll take over at their own 27. But with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. And my goodness, another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Deltha O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now Jackson on first down. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste.
There he goes, right side. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz able to find Terry McLaurin. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead. And now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up. And he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a second at about a mile here. Play action. It's Jackson. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
To throw is Wentz.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick.
Well, and I think Washington got it. Yes, they did.
Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it, because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, Wentz.
He's got some room to operate,
and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
McKissick is in. Touchdown, Commanders. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down.